It's time for Friday Night Lights. Welcome to Accessorize Your Life. This Get Ready With Me is in recognition of National Audubon Day. I will pull the KVD Surreal Bloom palette from this month's Shop My Stash. Isn't it a beauty? So I will link that video up above in case you missed it. Well, April 26th is designated as Audubon Day, and the National Audubon Society is recognized as well. John James Audubon, a Haitian American, was born April 26 in 1785, is known to this day as a brilliant illustrator, conservationist, and ornithologist, and naturalist. His study and illustration of birds became his greatest work, The Birds of America, a book that has set the standards for today's wildlife illustrators. If you want to know more about the establishment and the works of Mr. Audubon himself and the society named after him, I will link it in the description box below. So check it out. Also, if you want to know ways that you can celebrate Audubon Day, may I suggest some things to you. You might consider going bird watching. Pick up your binoculars and your local bird book, and yes, check out the birds in your area. You might also want to visit your local zoo because they have birdhouses there that you can visit. Also, in your backyard, you may want to make sure rather, that you have some native plants that birds in your area will like, a bird bath, and a bird feeder. So those are things you can do. So take part in National Audubon Day by checking out some birds in your local area. Now, I know I rambled on about National Audubon Day, and some of you may be like, wow, what is that? Why? Why would I want to celebrate that? But birds are all around us, and it is up to us to help keep the birds alive. Make sure they have habitats that are good for them, that our ecosystem is good for them as well. I hope you will list down in the comment section your favorite bird, and I think you may have seen some of my favorite birds at the beginning of this video. So I don't want to hold you up anymore, but I think it's a good time to ask you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to Accessorize Your Life, and also share this video and leave your comments below, because I really like hearing from you. Okay, so let's get into this look. Keep watching. As you can see, my base, my foundation, all of that is done. I am having a little issue around my nose with peeling, so we're just going to ignore that and get right into this look. I think I want to start now with the eyes, and I might also mention that my brows are done, and I kind of overdid them a little, but that's intentionally because I feel like the colors I'm going to use today from this KVD palette, you need a darker brow. Sometimes the brows have to kind of go with the eye look, the eyeshadow that is. So what I've done is used a little bit of my NYX glitter primer, and I've put it in this National cap for the Yummy Skin Balm. I'm using this as my mixing pan. And guys, what I want to do is to, I think I'm going to get out a brush here and lay down. Before I lay it down though, I'm going to mix a little of this primer with my base color here. I think that's what I want to do. Aren't these colors adorable? These are all metallics. There aren't any mattes here, no satins, all metallics. So it's going to be interesting to get these to do what I want them to do. So I'm going to take this brush, just a random brush that I have here. I'm going to flake out some of this beautiful purple color here onto this National, making a mess. Took out some of that purple, and I flaked it onto this little cap along with my glitter primer. I'm going to mix these two together and create my base for my color. And why am I doing this? It's because I want my colors to work better for me. And my eyelids are creasing because I did put a little bit of my foundation or whatever I used on all over my face. So here I go in with color, laying it down. Can you see that? How pretty it is? So I'm laying this color down here. Gonna take it just to the orbit of my eyebrow. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take it to the orbit here, not to my eyebrow. And down on my lower, or close to my lash line. There we have it. And really pack this on. Just tap, 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 tap. So I'm picking up that color again, that purple, and now I'm going over what I've already laid down. And look at that, guys. I figured why not try this, because I do this with the glitter shadows, so why not do it with all my eyeshadows? And there we are. Next I'm going to go in with Maybelline. I have this pot here, and it's the color Tattoo, and I think I have the color Knockout, which is another kind of purpley color, and this is a satiny finish to this color here. Wow. Glad you guys tuned in for another Friday Night Lights look. You guys are not missing a beat. Yes, thank you so much for your participation and just, talking with me in the comments section, watching, sharing these videos, and liking the videos. I think it's a little interesting to just recognize some of the days that are celebrated during the month and build a look around them. I find it's a little more interesting. And it brings awareness to those days that are celebrated. Can you see the deeper purple in there? I hope so. Okay, we're going back into the KVD palette, and from it I want to take an interesting shade here. This kind of blue, green, or teal. I don't know if it's a light blue or teal, but it's in these birds, these hummingbirds here, and I love it. So I'm just going to take this beautiful little thin brush that works as a good liner, and I need some help here. I don't trust myself to get this on right. So I'm going to get a little tape, and where do I want it? Right here. Line there. There it is. Take a little bit more on the brush here. And do the same thing here. It in here. Now I want to line the bottom lash line, and I think I'll go in with that purple from the KVD palette. And next I want to take another color from this palette here, and I think it's going to be this one here, trying to get that effect of a bird, not too much. I think these colors are playing nicely together, and they look pretty smooth and even together. Okay, I'm going to go away and put on my lashes and come back for the blush and the lip. Stay tuned. Okay, Lashes are done, earrings are on. Now it's time to go in with a little blush. I'm going to use the Sephora palette. This is an oldie but pretty good palette for me. I still like it. I'm going to go in with this kind of dull looking color to me, but it has a little bit of tan orange in it, and I think it'll make a perfect natural looking blush for this extravagant looking colorful eye. So we're going in with that right here, and it's not too much. It's not showing up a lot. I think it's just right. Brings a little flush look to the cheeks, just a little. And I actually can go in a little heavier with this if I like, because it's a very, like I said, natural looking color. I do see it though. I do see it. I think this particular shade is one I really haven't used, but it does relate back to that kind of orangey color that I have there on my lids. So I think this is a perfect color. And a little bit here on the nose. And this color I can bring forward a little without looking too crazy, right? I think so. And because I use this shade here, there are no names on the palette, I'm going to go in with this Huda Beauty. This is a lip lush, and it's for the lips and the cheeks, but I'm just going to use it though with a little liner on my lips. Going in with Molasses. Thank you, Rachel. She's the one who found this for me when I couldn't find it at my local Sephora. So here you go. It's really not much color. It's a little stain. So I think I'm going to take Charlotte Tilbury on the outer edge here. I think this is the one. Hope. As you can see, I'm going for just a natural looking lip and cheeks here, not too much there, because the eyes really are doing a lot here with all the colors. Well guys, this is the look for Friday Night Lights. Thank you for not missing a beat out here on these streets with me. Yes, loving it, loving it. And yes, I just want to reiterate that taking a look in your backyard and seeing what you can do to make a natural habitat for birds that are local to your area. Again, a bird feeder, bird bath, and native plants is all they need to feel at home in your backyard. And I think you will love what you see. I have to mention though, some of my least favorite birds, or birds that can be a little intimidating, is a flock of, I want to say a flock of birds. I don't know if that's what you call them. But on New Year's Day, hubby and I was sitting at the table having breakfast, and I happened to spot this big vulture-looking bird on the rooftop of the neighbor's house, just in front of us. And his wings expanded, and they were huge and wide. And I'm like, oh, what is that? So I got out my phone. I didn't even have my bird book handy, but my phone was there. So you don't have to have a bird book, you know, but you've got your phone these days. That does it all for you. Look up anything. But I got out my phone and found out it was a turkey buzzard or something like that. And it had the beak, the front looked like a turkey. And I think it was red in the front, black in the body. And I wanted to go out and take a picture of it, but I was a little intimidated because it was such a huge bird. So I stood at the patio door through the screen and took a picture. I've since erased it. I wish I hadn't. And then I got the nerve to step out a little, and I saw another one just flying up above. And I said, wow. And then he went to the front of the house. So I went out to the front just to see, you know, him soaring up there. There were 8 of them lined up in the front of the house out there. And I tell you, it was so eerie because I live on the corner of this development, and the cars go by quite frequently. Not a car went by while I stood there looking at these birds out there. We have a sound barrier wall out there because we live on a parkway, and they were all lined up on top of the sound barrier, except for one or two that were in the sky going over and around the house. I don't know if that was an omen or what, but it was New Year's Day. I kind of felt like, from what I read there on the phone, that either they were traveling, passing by, or they had found a fresh kill or something dead. But they stayed up on the wall. It's not like they were going down to get anything. So they kind of trotted around on the top of the wall. And I was just amazed by the sheer number of them and their size and how intimidating they looked. It took me back to the picture, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. You know that scene. And I was a little girl when I watched that movie, so it left an impression on me. And those birds left an impression on me. So they have to be my least favorite, most intimidating birds. But hummingbirds, finches, cardinals, blue jays, owls, I love looking at them. I love spotting them. Eagles, when I can find one. Pigeons, not so much. But, you know, we got to be kind to them all and accept whatever comes our way, right? So yeah, do your part if you can to just make a natural habitat for birds and watch them come in and out of your life. Stay tuned for the next Friday Night Lights, and it'll be every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you will give me a little bit of your time and see what I'm up to, creating makeup looks that are out of my comfort zone but related to a theme that I'm interested in for the month. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Watch out for those feathered friends.